So I'll just be going through a tutorial on how to set Modbus up for a FoxESS inverter. Now I've got a KH10 inverter. I'm located in Australia. I'm not going to go through the Home Assistant setup process. I'm also not going to go through integrating Modbus FoxESS into Home Assistant because there's some really good guides out there already that exist. But I will go through some of my settings that I've set up, some of the features I've been able to utilize by using Home Assistant. And I'll go through the physical installation as well of the Modbus controller on my inverter. So I have set up this really handy dashboard here. I've got energy flows, current, power coming from and to the battery. I've also got the ability to change the work mode here. I've made a little nice state of charge. I've done a calculation for the remaining energy. I've got a 42 kilowatt hour battery. Most importantly, one of the things I was trying to track due to my setup was temperatures. It's kind of clunky to do in the Fox Cloud app, but I've set up this lovely little graph here that's got all of the data that I wanted to view in it, and then I can change all the settings here as well. This is the actual FoxESS Modbus page with the sensors. That's all there. Modbus installation of my FoxESS KH10 inverter. This is an Australian version of the inverter. Now, this is my setup here. The battery is actually located just outside this door. Just out here. Now, with the actual Modbus adapter, it comes out of the communications port at the bottom. This is the Modbus adapter itself. It's wired up with this blue Ethernet cable that I've just slightly adapted. I'll go through the cable disconnection process just in a minute. But as you can see, it's run down here to the Modbus adapter. There's then two copper wires from the Ethernet cable that are actually run out, and I've soldered them positive negative into just a cut USB cable, which then just runs up to this power point. Now the first step is to isolate the power. Now it's middle of the day, I've got solar panels running, so the first step will be to isolate my solar system. They're now off. And I've also got to isolate the grid coming into the inverter. And we'll actually see the inverter power off shortly. I will need to also go and turn the batteries off, which I will do. So I'll just power them down. And I'll also just turn the isolator on the battery as well. So that's now all off. If we come back inside, we'll see that the inverter is now powered off. Now to disconnect the comms cables at the bottom, there's two little pinch points just on the side here, which as you can see, I'll just pinch and this will come out rather easily. Just got to disconnect the gland at the bottom, so just twisting that to remove. Now, just in here, in the bottom of the actual plug, there's a very small tab. So there's actually a very small tab in here that I'll just pry up with this little screwdriver. And then I'll take my pliers and I should just be able to pull the plug out. There's also at the back a small rubber grommet. Now I found the easiest way to remove that was actually once I pulled this plug out. Something like getting a Sharpie. So I've got my cables through, press that Sharpie in the back and actually pull this little grommet out and get it out of the way a bit more to expose the back of the connector. Now, at the back of the this connector here, the two green wires are what connect to the Modbus adapter, and they actually go into ports 3 and 4. Now, following the GitHub setup from Nathan Marler, it actually showed this wiring setup as back to front, but there's actually very, very small numbers, and it's going to be very difficult to see on camera, but there's actually ports labeled. There's ports that have been labeled on this connector, and provided that you connect them into ports 3 and 4 appropriately, as prescribed by the Modbus adapter, A and B, and I'll put a little photo up, you'll be able to get this working nicely. Now, the little green and white wires, I just stripped them back probably about yay far, and then pushed them in until they clicked. I might be able to actually remove them. So it just clicks in like this. As you can see, it just goes straight in there. You'll actually hear it click into place. Hear it click into place, and you won't be able to pull it out easily. There we go, it's just clicked into place, and now just a little tight yank, it won't pull it out. So that's in tight. I'm now putting it back together. You just got to put the connector back in. You need to line up the little locking tab in the correct orientation. That will click back in. Then apply the grommet at the back. Now, when you go to install your Modbus cable, there'll be actually a cover on the grommet, same as this was over here. I just got a pair of pliers, pulled that out, and I was able to feed the wire back through. For me, with an indoor installation, it's not a huge deal, but obviously with an outdoor installation, it'd be very important and required to get a waterproof IP rating on your inverter, otherwise you'll have some issues. So connect all that back up. Make sure you have the grommet nice and tight. And then just install it back up in its position. Now we can re-isolate all the power. Inverter will turn back on. That's the solar connected. Just got to go out and connect the battery now. So I'll put that back on and power up. Got that all hooked up and powered up. You need to actually set up this Elfin EW11 Modbus adapter. Now this guide online is quite detailed and good in terms of the actual setup. Now I did use Ethernet for the A and B as well as the power connectors, just because I had Ethernet connections and some cable on hand. But if you don't have any of that, I'd highly recommend just buying the adapter with a couple of these screw terminals, and that's going to be probably a lot easier for most users when actually setting up and putting the pins, the A and B, into the inverter, as well as then wiring the positive and negative to your power supply. So once it is powered up, you'll need to connect to the Wi-Fi network from the Elfin device, navigate to the browser, log in. Default is admin, and then just follow this guide. I'll put a link to it to actually set it up. It's quite easy to do, and just follow all these settings. And then as soon as I did that, I followed the guide into actually getting this Modbus system into Home Assistant. And that's covered on the main page. The actual setup is down here. If you follow this installation setup, really easy, just a few steps. You'll go through this, and then we can start setting up some smart automations, much better than what the Fox Cloud system has the ability to do. Now, in terms of automations, I have set a couple up. I did have a few issues actually trying to set things up. That's probably due to lack of experience and knowledge using Home Assistant specifically. I found it ended up being easier to just do some basic individual automations, such as start charge and stop charge. Now I'm with Glowbird, so I've got free electricity usage from 11 to 2 daily, and that's covered under this grid charge free period. And I've just said when the time is equal to 1 past 11 on Monday to Sunday. It will change the work mode to force charge, and it will wait for the trigger. And I've just set the trigger to when state of charge is above 90% to set it back to self-use mode. I've also been able to set up force discharge. Now, this is one of the key reasons why I wanted to use Modbus. I wanted some more smart automations around discharging. I didn't want to just straight up set a 10 kilowatt export and drain a significant portion of my battery in the middle of summer when it's really hot and I'm running the air conditioning. So my air conditioning I've tied into Home Assistant as well. I've set up 2 functions for the force discharge period, which is just before 6 p.m. Now, if the air conditioner is on and running, my force discharge power I've set at 8. If my air conditioner is off, on the other hand, the force discharge power is now only set at 5. I've also set up another smart automation that when my air conditioner changes condition state between 6 and 8, if it's off and I turn it off, it will change the discharge power to 5, and similarly to 8. So if I change the air conditioner state between 6 and 8 o'clock, that will cover that. Now I'm depleting far less battery when the air conditioner is running. The big issues that I had with mode schedule, and I'm just looking at it on the Fox Cloud website, which I think most people will be aware of, is in this force discharge period here, the force discharge cutoff state of charge, which I've just set here at 30%, once that 30% is reached, it's actually going to stop using the battery altogether and start importing from the grid, which is really not ideal. I want to be able to stop discharging from the battery to the grid, but then automatically go back into self-use. Now, this wouldn't happen in this case until 2 past 8. So this automation that I've been able to set up is a lot smarter. I've set it up called stop discharge, and what it will do is when the battery level reaches, I've set it at just 55% at the moment, it will then automatically stop forced discharge, and it'll change the work mode to self-use, which is a lot better than what the Fox Cloud system does. And similarly, stop the forced charge. So that's at 2 p.m. daily when that free charging period ends. It will go back to self-use.